have been trying out my new Micro Pro grill, which I'm still not sure of all of its capabilities. So we're gonna make some biscuits in there to go with our omelet this morning. So let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is make up the biscuits. We've got 1 3/4 cup of flour. That's what we start with. Okay, and to that we're going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder. All right, and half a teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to whisk this up, make sure it gets all mixed in good together. Alrighty then. Now, what we're going to add next is butter, 1/3 of a cup of butter. Now, this calls for cold butter, but mine was hard as a rock, so I tried to soften it in the microwave, and it got a little melty. But we're going to do it anyway, because that's just how we roll. I've made bread before with melted butter, so we're going to give that a shot and see how that goes. Alright, get it started up in there. Yeah, it's starting to make good little clumps. We want it to be crumbly. It's kind of like when you make a pie crust. You want it to be a little crumbly, to kind of look like, I think like breadcrumbs or something like that. So we're going to get our hands in it and we're going to squeeze it together. Get the butter all mixed in with the flour so that it'll be nice and short and give you a flaky biscuit. Kind of want to, it wants to be a lot like, when it's all mixed in together, it's going to be kind of coarser, like a little bit of like a cornmeal kind of texture. Don't want to handle them too much, but you do want to make sure it's all incorporated. That's what'll give you a flaky biscuit. Now, I've never made biscuits in this Micro Pro grill before, but I've seen the recipe and I've seen other people do it. So I am curious, because that'd be a game changer for breakfast around here. Not having to turn on the old stove and get the whole house heated up. Alrighty then. Also, biscuits go good sometimes with soups or stews for supper. Nice quick bread. Balance out your meal. Alrighty, I think we've got it. Let me see here. Wipe my little hands off. Alright, and this is about what you're looking for here. Can you see that? It's kind of a coarse, you can't really tell with this lighting. I've got to get better lighting in this kitchen. Okay, once we get this, we're going to take 3/4 of a cup of milk and we're going to mix that in. Alright, pour it in there slowly. Okay, let's get it all combined so that you don't have any like dry pockets left in your dough. Just sometimes once it gets to a certain point, it's easier just to get your hands in it. Let's see here. Over there. Alright. Now then. Going to kind of mush them all together. Make sure there's no dry left in there. It's going to be a little bit damp, so if you need to, you can add a little bit more flour so that it's not all sticky. You don't want to handle it too much, because the more you handle your biscuit dough or your, like if you're making pie crust or anything like that, the more you handle it, the tougher it's going to be. And you don't want it tough. You want it nice and light and fluffy. this gunk off of my fingers. Just gonna dust it with just a little bit of flour so it's not gonna be sticky as we handle it. Okay. Now, the recipe calls for you rolling it out, but I'm just going to knead it down just a couple of times, and I'm going to shape my biscuits with my hands because sometimes we don't have time to drag out all the other stuff. Okay, that's over here, and this over here. Okay, now, how many is this going to make? Probably about four. So, I'm going to divide my dough into 4 equal parts, and then I'm going to form it into a ball and kind of mash it down. Shape it up a little bit like this, kind of like that. Let's see. All right, I'm going to put it right here, and we're going to do the same with the other 3. Now you could probably make smaller biscuits, but I believe this one, the picture showed it making it into 4, so I'm going to do it into 4s. All right. Now, granted, they'd probably be prettier if I rolled them out and used a little cutter and cut them into biscuit shapes, but like I said, sometimes in the mornings you just don't got time for that much effort. All right. I'm going to do these like this. Okay. Now then, what we're going to do next is we're going to put these in our micro grill for, I believe it's, I'll say 7 or 8 minutes. I'm going to check on that. Just 1 second. Get this off my hands. All right. These out of my way. And we've got it. So yes, we're going to put it in the microwave at 80% power for 7 to 8 minutes. Then we're going to flip the biscuits over and and put them back in casserole position and microwave at 80% power for an additional 5 to 7 minutes. Then I'll be back and show them to you. But right now, after I get these in here, we're fixing to mix up our omelet. So, let's see. There we go. Let me wipe this excess flour off of here. A little bit messy this morning. Okay, here we go. Just a second. Okay. Now then, I've talked to you before about our little breakfast maker. And it's on sale right now, available in February, in the brochure, and it's not available on our catalog. So when the brochure ends tomorrow night, then this will go away again back into the vault. But as you can see, open it up, and it has 2 little egg cups. These are so you can make little poached eggs, or basically the equivalent of a fried egg without frying it. And you can remove those, and you can use this to make an omelet, or to cook your instant oatmeal, or to make cinnamon rolls in your microwave, or French toast in your microwave, or a little individual brownie, or a brownie that you can share to 2 servings of brownies. There's all kinds of recipes. You can also steam vegetables in here. You can, there's recipes to make chicken in here. There is all kinds of recipes for this. You can make cakes. You can make like apple crumbles. You can make all sorts of things besides breakfast foods. But it is ideal for when you're trying to make a quick, healthy breakfast before you head off to school or to work or wherever the day takes you. So this morning I'm going to make a quick omelet by, let's see here, I have 2 eggs. I thought I had 3, but I don't. I have 2 eggs, so that's what we're going to use. And basically the rule is when making your omelets, it's like a minute per egg is basically how it works out, or it has for me anyway. It's about a minute per egg. So this little omelet will be done in 2 minutes in my microwave, which so much better. Okay, also I wanted to show you this handy dandy little beater. This is also available this month in our February brochure. I'm not sure if it's coming like to the future catalog or whatever, but right now this is not in our catalog. This is an exclusive item in our February, and it is great for beating eggs. It's an open-ended, see, this is the difference between, this is our regular whisk, this is the open-ended beater whisk. So this is great for whipping eggs, getting air into them, and things like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bust up our little eggs, and we're gonna whisk it up really good and fluffy. Now some people will put a drop of water or a little bit of milk in here, but I don't like really soft eggs, so I'm gonna leave that out of mine. And what I'm gonna do, since I'm in a hurry and don't feel like chopping up vegetables this morning, I'm gonna borrow some of my honey's little what do you call it, pico de gallo that he had in the refrigerator, because it's got peppers and onions and tomatoes, so it's already cut up for me, so might as well use it. I'm going to take just a little bit. Let's see what I've got here. I'm going to put about a little bit more than a teaspoon, about a teaspoon and about a teaspoon and a half, 2 teaspoons. Just enough to give it a little bit of flavor and texture. All right. Put this back on. All right. And we're going to whip it just a little bit more. That'll give it a little spiciness because that's got a little jalapeno in it. Now, if I had some avocado, chopped up avocado, I'd probably put just a few pieces of that in there too, because I do like avocado with my eggs. All right, we're going to pour this into our little breakfast maker. Make sure it all gets in there. All right, and then we're going to sprinkle just a little bit of shredded cheese, just on top. There we go. And as soon as my biscuits gets done, I'm going to pop this in my microwave, and that'll be done in like 2 minutes afterwards. So once I get all of this out of the microwave, I will show you the results. Stay tuned. Be right back. We're back. Breakfast is all done. So let's take a look here real quick. Okay. Look at these biscuits. Can you see those? Lovely biscuits. Get one out of here. Look at that. Look at this. Can you see? It's all nice and browned up on top. Flaky. Lovely. All right. Now we got here. Oh yeah. See my omelet? Lovely little Southwest omelet with just a little bit of pico de gallo in it and a little bit of cheddar cheese. And just so you know, in our MicroPro grill from scratch, you can have homemade biscuits 15 minutes in your microwave. How about that? But right now, I'm going to eat this lovely breakfast. Have a good day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.